What is going on, Colts Nation? He is Jamal Lawrence, and I'm Eric Smith, your co-host of the Colts Cast.
Yo,
There's some news heating up today, ain't it, Jamal?
feels like it at least. Shoot.
Yeah, per Destin Adams, sources have told him that the Colts and Broncos have had extensive trade discussions about a deal that would send wide receiver Jerry Jeudy to Indianapolis. No deal has been finalized or agreed to at this time, but this has progressed beyond exploratory conversations. Jamal, this is crazy. This makes sense that the Broncos are shopping him, right? They benched Jerry Jeudy last week. I don't know if anyone knew about that, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Broncos start blowing it all up. What do you think about this breaking news?
I think it's crazy. I mean, Jerry Jeudy, wow, first round draft pick out of Bama. I mean, God, we all remember that. I, I gotta be real with you, dog. I mean, I don't want Jerry Jeudy. I don't want him. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Yo, that man's a drama queen. Yo, we saw Steve Smith get into him on the sidelines before their game the other week. I think it's a very interesting situation. I definitely want to get your insight on it because you may feel different than me, but I got to be honest with you, Jerry Jeudy, it's just not for me, dog. It's not for me. He had that great season last year. We saw that, or good season last year. Let me not say great season. He had a good season last year. But I don't know, dog. I don't know.
Does he
Just not
fit?
feeling him.
Does he fit Chris Ballard's character
So I
mold?
wasn't even going to go down that rabbit hole, but yes, he. Or no, he does not at all. I mean, we all know that, guys. But I've been telling y'all this from day one when we started the Colts cast. Chris Ballard, he preaches these character guys, which of course we all had questions about that when we talked about Kareem Hunt and whether he could be an Indianapolis Colt or not. We saw how that went. I don't expect him to pursue Jerry Jeudy unless Shane Steichen just said, "Listen, dog, I promise you." This is the future. I can figure this out. Let me take this under my wing. And if anything happens, it'll backfire on me. Doubt that conversation's happening. So I doubt Jerry G
That
make
actually
his way
makes
out here.
sense. I think there is a coaching influence now. I mean, we saw that in the draft. Shane Steichen wanted this guy.
Mm-hmm.
We saw the behind the scenes videos. I don't know if everyone's watched that with the draft, but no, yeah. I don't know if he fits that mold. I do know, from Indianapolis's perspective, would a trade actually make sense right now? Guys and gals, I kind of want to ask you all that question. So please remember to like, subscribe, and comment below with your thoughts. It's the best way to get our video out. And, guys, it's completely free. But I want to know everyone else's thoughts in the comments. But, we just lost Anthony Richardson for a year, just lost Grover Stewart for the next 6 games. The Colts are hamstrung. Essentially, does the addition of Jerry Jeudy really help Gardner Minshew in this offense out enough to put us in playoff contention? That would be a question, or is this a look into the future? Because Jeudy will get a year with Anthony Richardson to see what can happen with these two. So that's possibly a situation because he won't hit free agency until 2025. So a little longer. It's not a short-term rental, but it's not a long-term rental. So we'll at least get a year of action, right? So, in my opinion, I'm not giving anything more than a
Thank
fourth
you.
round pick for Jerry Jeudy. And because you have to think about it. We keep talking about he's so talented. His route running ability is crazy, but he hasn't had 1,000-yard receiving season. You can attribute that to quarterback play, coaching. It doesn't matter. He hasn't had a 1,000-yard receiving season. And I know there's a lot of haters for Michael Pittman Jr., but Michael Pittman Jr. has had that. So he's dealt with quite a few injuries. Some have been soft tissue, so there is some concern there. And then he could eventually leave us in free agency in 2025 if we don't re-sign him to a larger deal that he's probably going to want. That tells me, I forgot to mention this, Jamal. This wide receiver draft class is expected to be loaded. So I believe there's no denying he does have some talent, particularly his route running ability. It's pretty good. I won't lie, but I would not be a big fan of this if we sent a second rounder or a third rounder. I'm not that big of a fan. That's my opinion though, right?
Yeah, that is your opinion, and like you said, man, I honestly I had that in my notes too. Absolute absolute best I'm giving him is a fourth round. Like, and I'm not, I'm, and that has to be me just feeling like I am the most generous person. It's Christmas time. I'm trying to bless everybody with a little gift or something like that. But I like, a fifth round, whatever. Maybe I would entertain that a little bit more. Fourth round, and I'm still a little high strung on that, just because, like you said, this is a loaded draft class, and I'd rather go ahead and take somebody young, fresh, and who doesn't have any asterisks by his name, or we have any attitude, abilities, or someone who's going to demand this money that we know that at this point haven't proved that they deserved yet. That 1,000-yard season speaks volumes, and he hasn't eclipsed that yet. So how can I assess you properly? And I understand the quarterback situation. We had the same conversation about Michael Pittman, like you already talked about. So I'm not gonna go down that thing. But he's done it for at least a season. He's shown that he can do it, and he almost hit it last year as well with his reception, or with even with poor quarterback play. So it's something where I'm just not too hung up on Jerry Jeudy, especially when there's young guys out there who we can go out there, get on a rookie contract, and they can really take over the game for us and elevate us in a way that Steichen can mold them in, and he can get out of maybe some of these bad habits or bad ways that he may have picked up, whether that be at Bama or in Denver, because it's definitely been a mess.
Yeah, a lot of electric wide receivers that come out the draft. We saw the LA Rams pick up, and forgive me if I don't say this name right, but
Puka
Puka
Nakua. Yeah.
Nakua in Cooper Cup's absence was, I mean, on fire. He destroyed the Indianapolis Colts. I mean, he
Mhm.
did. He had over 100 yards receiving. Zay Flowers has looked pretty good in Baltimore, and with them having injuries on the wide receiver side, primarily Odell Beckham Jr. not being available for a lot of those games. Zay Flowers is looking like he's that number one wide receiver. Now, they do have Mark Andrews, who is a top 3 receiving tight end, but you need a wide receiver that can take over. And if he's already looking like that in year one, like, the sky's the limit. There's some other receivers that were drafted this year that we haven't yet to see, like Jackson Smith and Jiba, guys like that. Jonathan Mingo, I know he had a lot of Indianapolis Colts fans. He got drafted by the Panthers, but hasn't really done much this season yet. Of course, Frank Wright's over there, but again, it's it'll be interesting to see what happens up until the trade deadline. I mean, we got a few weeks, but I think Jamal and I we're on the same page, right?
Oh yeah, ain't worth my time, effort, energy, dog. Let's keep it moving.
Let's keep it moving. That's going to be it for us, everyone. Thank you for listening to the Colts Cast. Of course, let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you're on YouTube, we are live on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or any platform you use to listen to podcasts. And we'll be back next time to give you some more Indianapolis Colts content. Take
Y'all
care.
take care.